can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. He won't.
What's up, guys? This is the non-broken microphone, and it's another update from Mr. Mygoo. Aaron Imholte, steel toe, has gotten away with it, kind of. He's pled guilty. He's pled guilty, but he's basically gotten away with it. It's very funny. We've got the legal documents. We're going to go through that, but let's hear it from the man himself. What did he say? Let's see what Aaron said today on the Steel Toe Morning Show, which I think happens at nighttime most of the time. I don't know. I have no idea.
Wanted to do for a long
Let's let me know if all the audios and everything's working good.
time. I haven't been allowed to, and I really, really, really want to. Back on, I believe it was May 27th, I sent a text message to Gino Bisconti that contained a partially nude photo of a woman.
Oh my God. What a revelation. It turns out he did it. Yes, of course. Now, I mean, it's this clip goes on for another 20 minutes, but it's not really necessary. But yeah, so Aaron is now pled guilty, so he can say everything. He does say one other interesting thing in here that, like, because there was a he dropped his phone in like a pond or something like ages ago when the RP change came out, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's very smart of him." But he says that it was an actual legit accident. It doesn't matter. But anyway, what else we need to see? What else we need to see is this clip. This clip, 49 minutes long, featuring Keanu. Let's take a listen.
We were very.
I got you. I bet you thought we were going to listen to 50 minutes of Keanu, but no, we're not listening to that. That was a joke. You couldn't pay me to listen to that woman. But anyway, so let's take a look at this document that was entered into the Minnesota court records today. I got you. I started previewing that clip. I was like, I'll listen to this before the stream to see if there's anything. And I was just like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. All right. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's Friday after all. It's Friday. All right. So, state of Minnesota, Stearns County, petition to enter guilty plea in a felony or gross misdemeanor case pursuant to Rule 15. This was filed, April 10th? I'm a day ahead, so it's April 11th for me, but yeah. Aaron Imholte, or Imholte. It's Imholte, right? It's Imholte. I always keep saying Imholte or Imhotep, because as this document does prove, he is a zombie. He's a mummy. He's 38 years old. He's basically dead already. Like when I hear 38 years old, sorry, no, I'm exposing my stuff before. When I hear 38 years old, this is what I see: the Grim Reaper. He's pulling across the little thing. He's old. Now, don't point out that I'm 2 months older than Aaron. That's not important, okay? I'm born in October. He's born in December. That is, just pay no attention that I am technically older than Aaron. He's older. He's old. I'm not, okay? I'm not, right? Right? Anyway, sorry. I'll stop memeing around too much, but I am trying to add this a bit of liveliness. To the above-named court, I, Aaron Imhotep, defendant in the above-entitled action, do respectfully represent and state as follows. My full name is Aaron. I am 37. He tried to lie. And then they had to scratch it out and said, no, bro. We've seen the show. You're not 37. You're 38. I am 38 years old, and his date of birth is New Year's Eve, actually. That's kind of cute. Kind of neat, because that is actually part of the law, that they went out to party on his birthday, leaving the kids cold and home alone with the nanny or whoever. The last grade I went through in school is 2 years of college. Did Aaron not finish college? Wait, isn't like, did he go to community college or something? This is something I didn't know. Now, the reason they put this in here, as I understand it, is to prove that they're like, they're capable of actually standing and rendering their their guilty plea without being coerced because they're a big dummy. It's so you can't say, look, we'll give you a juice box if you just say these words. It doesn't mean anything. But I guess he did 2 years of college. Maybe that's enough to, I don't know. I thought it was 4 years minimum, but I don't know. If filed in my case, I have received, read, and discussed a copy of the complaint. I understand the charges made against me in this case. Specifically, I understand that I have been charged with the crimes of non-consensual dissemination of private sexual images, a felony. Non-consensual dissemination of private sexual images, a gross misdemeanor. Now, in Minnesota, a gross misdemeanor is, it's a bad misdemeanor. It's not a felony, but it's not like a regular misdemeanor either. I assume it's pretty much the same in every other states, but that's the way it is in Minnesota. Just for your information, he committed the crime on May 27th in Stearns County, Minnesota. I am represented by my attorney, whose name is Todd Peterson. Now, Todd Peterson did a pretty good job. This could have been... I don't look 50. You guys, what are you talking about? Come on now. If I grew my beard out, that would look really, really old. Anyway. Todd Peterson absolutely slapped the prosecutors about. He did a great job here. Now, allegedly, there is some additional information, affidavits that I think Aaron has claimed that he's not allowed to release because they contain Kayla's name, and he can't mention Kayla. Okay, he's got the restraining order against him still, as I understand it, and people have been trying to trick him into saying Kayla because that would be violating his restraining order. So they'd be sending in super chats, like $2 super chat, saying, "Say her name, Aaron. Say Kayla Rekieta. Stay the Star Trek woman. Say her name." I think he hasn't been tricked by it yet, and it's pretty stupid to do, to pay people money to try and troll them, but okay. But so while Aaron cannot leak these documents, which apparently includes, and I really want to see this, an 8-page statement by Nick Rekieta. So Nick actually wrote his own essay to the court to say why Aaron is a bad man and why he definitely drunk his coom. That is probably in the document, but we won't know unless one of the other parties releases it, or maybe someone in Minnesota, perhaps Minnesota Public Records, comes back from the ether to release it. But I think that 8-page document, I think we have to see it. If we get it, we'll do a follow-up to it. But as far as I understand, nobody has seen it yet. Apparently, it's pretty entertaining, though. But, Aaron's not going to release it because of the restraining order, so Nick can release it if he wants to try and own the A-logs by giving away more information. Maybe he wants to bless them with his, divine legal acumen, even though he claims he's never had a law channel. But we'll see. It's unlikely that April will do it because April, I think, has deleted all of her social media, as well as there is now allegations that Nick was psychologically abusing her. That's why she was staying in the little house, right? The trap house. Very unlikely that Kayla will do it, but maybe if we can send a beacon to the Delta Quadrant, maybe we can request it from her. We don't know. All right. So he's being represented by Todd Peterson, and I feel that I have had sufficient time to discuss my case with an attorney. I am satisfied. I can't talk today. It's so bad. I actually interviewed somebody today. And I mean, that went pretty good, I thought. But the idea that I can't even read right now is kind of ridiculous. Maybe it's because it's so warm outside and I was outside basically all day today. That's why I'm a little bit more red than usual. Beautiful spring day in Japan. I am satisfied that my attorney is fully informed as to the facts of the case. And a funny little detail here is apparently the attorney didn't give away all of the details to Aaron before going in for the plea deal because he knew he would blab about it. He knew he would blab about it on the morning show, so he only gave it to him after, so he could talk about it on the evening show, which I think is very funny. Sounds like excuses. They are. They definitely are. My attorney has discussed possible offenses to the crime that I might have. I am satisfied that my attorney has represented my interests and has fully advised me. All right, chat. Now we get to play the doubt game. Aaron makes the claim. I have never been a patient. Wait, no. I'm sure this is I have never been a patient in a mental hospital. Do you think this is true? But he has been an inpatient in the Rekieta Baldo bunker. And I think that's basically the same thing. I don't know. I don't know if I believe this. I have not talked with or been treated by a psychiatrist or other person for a nervous or medical condition. I'm pretty sure this is the way it works, right? This is the one he's agreeing to. It's kind of weird because it's crossing out the one that says have not, but I assume that's he's saying that I have not. I don't know how Americans tick stuff, but I assume that's the way it is. This is all the standard sums. Yeah, I know, but we're going to go through it. But I think, doesn't Aaron talk to a psychiatrist though? I guess just not for nervous or mental condition. It's just for his own personal growth, I suppose. Personal growth. I have not been ill recently, and I have not been recently taking pills or other medicine. So this Nick would not be able to take this one, unfortunately. I did not make a claim that I was so drunk or so under the influence of drugs or medicine that I did not know what I was doing at the time of the crime. Another one that Nick wouldn't be able to take if it's the truth. I do not make the claim that I was acting in self-defense or merely protecting myself or others at the time of the crime. This one's very funny because it's like standard boilerplate stuff. I'll try and zoom in a little bit more for you, chat. No, I don't think it's going to work. Sorry. That's as big as it's going to get. That's kind of funny. Is like, I've got the nudes. If you take a step closer, I'm going to send them to Gino. I'm going to send them. That's kind of funny. I mean, it doesn't really have anything to do with this one, but it is kind of entertaining. Let me see. I do not make the claim that the fact that I have been held in jail since my arrest and could not post bail caused me to decide to plead guilty in order to get things over with rather than waiting for my turn at trial. I was represented by an attorney when I had the probable cause hearing. I have not. Oh no, wait, no, it says I have not. I was not. Okay, so he was not represented by an attorney when he had the probable cause hearing. I have not had a probable cause hearing, so it doesn't matter. So we can skip this part entirely, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think we need to read this part. Let's take a look anyway, actually. Let's take a look, actually. I know that I could not move that the complaint against me may be dismissed for lack of probable cause. Yeah, okay, it's not that important. All right. My attorney has told me, and I understand, that the prosecutor for this case against me has physical evidence obtained as a result of seizing and searching for evidence. Evidence in the form of statements, oral or written, that I have made to police or others regarding this crime. Yes, he's got the they've got the oral testimony definitely from basically Aaron's own statements, Nick and Kayla's, of course, and behind the scenes, people have definitely been saying that Nick was the only person pushing this case to go to the prosecutor. He's actually just like seething all the time at Aaron. I mean, I didn't have to tell you that because I think it's pretty self-evident. But he's like, no, we just mentioned it, and it's the prosecutor's decision to do it. Like, okay. His statement was 8 pages. Everyone else was apparently like 1 page. Nick wrote 8 pages. Dear Aaron, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Like, it's some real Dido stuff going on there. I need to see that. I need to see it. Somebody get it for me. Somebody out there. Let's see. Identification evidence from a lineup of photograph of identification evidence the prosecution believes indicates that I committed one or more other crimes. That I have the right to a pretrial hearing before a judge to determine whether or not the evidence of this prosecution could be used against me if I went to trial. That if I requested such a pretrial hearing, I could testify at the hearing if I wanted to. But my testimony could not be used as a substantive evidence against me if I went to trial in this case. That I do not now request such pretrial hearings and specifically do not waive my right to have such a pretrial hearing. And lastly, that whether or not I have had such a hearing, I will not be able to object tomorrow or any other time to the evidence that the prosecutor has. So once you enter your guilty plea, that's it, boys. I have been told by my attorney and understand that if I wish to plead guilty, if I wish to plead not guilty, I should say, I am entitled to a trial by jury on the issue of guilt, and all jurors would have to agree I was guilty before the jury could find me guilty. Do you think that if, like, let me see on a 1 or a 2. Do you think that if Aaron went to court, would he get guilty? I think it's a bit of a slam dunk, honestly, if it was a jury case. I mean, he said he did it. There's no proof that he did it because they don't have Gino to testify. But I think the jury would look at the steel toe show and say, like, yeah, he's guilty. He's guilty. I think they would get him. There might be one Redditor in the gallery though that just wants to say, well, actually, we haven't seen the pictorial evidence yet. But who can say? Who can say? Let me see. B, if I pled guilty, I will not have a trial by jury or by combat or by a judge without a jury. That with knowledge of my right to trial on the issue of guilt, I now waive my right to a trial. There you go. I have been told by my attorney, and I understand that if I wish to plead not guilty and have a trial by jury or a trial by judge, I would be presumed innocent until my guilt is proved beyond a reasonable doubt. I have been told my attorney and understand. Now, I don't think I'd understand anything, but okay. Let me see. A, he understands, these are the things that he understands, that if I wish to plead not guilty and have a trial, the prosecutor would be required to have the witnesses testify against me in open court in my presence, and that would have the right, through my attorney, to question these witnesses. Now, this one's actually kind of interesting because I think while Nick was the driving force for trying to get this to actually become a thing, and it didn't become a thing, it became $50. Like, I mean, I guess you guys kind of already know from the title, but this is kind of when Aaron's going to the $50 penalty box, which doesn't mean shit. Like, it's nothing. It's like a single bill gone from the Toes wallet. It's I mean, but that is like 25 cans at Stoney's, the best of all bars, right? But one of the theories that people had is that Nick really wanted this to go to trial because that would mean that Aaron, Kayla, April, and Nick would all have to go stand together in the court, and they would all have to face each other, and it'd be like a bit of a reunion. Because, like I said earlier, at least what Keanu is telling people is that April is claiming that Nick abused her psychologically. He mentally manipulated her with his mastermind schemes of getting her drunk, getting her high, and putting her in the little house while it's got no internet, and she has forced to subsist of only deer and well water in that really stank yellow well water that they had there. But apparently April has cut off all social media and just disappeared. She's completely gone. The ape escape has been confirmed by various women's that I cannot listen to talk to for more than a couple of minutes at a time. B. That with my knowledge of my right to have the prosecution's witness testify in open court in my presence and question my attorney, I now waive this right. So now that he's pled guilty, the reunion of the Minnesota Four is not happening. It's very, very sad. Oh, we got to flash the banner, don't we? We got to flash the banner. Where is it? I can't remember. I haven't been using StreamYard. The ape escape. There we go. Ape escape confirmed, guys. Ape's gone. At least for now. Although Nick does, we will go over some of the Nick Cope texts, which is holy shit. Let's break up this legal document with a really, really fascinating comment by Nick. Let me see, where is it? You guys are gonna love this one. There it is. This is a statement, chat, and I want you to tell me your actual response in the chat. Nick Rekieta says, Kayla did not cheat on me in any popularly known sense. All married people commit various infidelities. Some people cheat with work, hobbies, or substances. So how would we rate this? Statement, chat? How would we rate this statement? I think I've got my answer.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up.
This is one of the funniest statements that I've ever seen. Like, what do you mean by that? Anyway, it's fiction. It's pure fiction. Work of absolute fiction. All right, hold on. Stop sending me messages, people. I'm just trying to stream unless it's important. Yeah, I got it already. All right, let me see. 18. I have been told by my attorney, and I understand that if I wish to plead not guilty and have a trial, I would be entitled to require any witnesses that I think are favorable to me to appear and testify at the trial. You know who you could call? Sean, the sandwich attorney, who apparently has gone over to the VTuber dark side. I don't know about this is happening, but everybody that I know and associate with is being sucked into the VTuber hole. Andrew's already a lost cause. Now Sean is talking to some fox or something. I don't know. I don't get it. All right. Anyway, sorry. That's my own personal cross to bear. The one person that has been able to resist the allure of the VTubers. Just me. Yeah, not for Sean. She tricked him over with a sandwich, perhaps. Kersha is based. Look, you VTuber enjoying boys are exposing yourself right now in chat. Anyway, no, it's fine. If you enjoy your foxes, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Let me see. Where was that? Were we up to 19? I have been told by my attorney, and I understand, that the person who has a prior convictions or a prior conviction can be given a longer prison term because of this. Oh no. Oh no. Does Aaron have previous convictions? That the maximum penalty to the court could impose for this crime, taking into consideration any previous conviction or convictions, is an imprisonment for 1 year. Oh my goodness. You send one nude and you get 1 year in prison. You know what the real penalty is? They give you that nude back and they say this is the only girly picture you can look at for 1 year. And that's the actual torment. Where are the cats? Hey, you guys got to donate. You guys got to join the stream or join as a member or something if you want to unleash the cats. I'm holding them hostage. That if the minimum sentence is required by statute of the court, may impose a sentence of imprisonment of not less than 0 months for this crime, and these two sections are being crossed out. That is a felony for driving while impaired. So that'd be a DUI. The person in prison in a crime intentionally. Yep, so not applicable. E, that my present probation or parole could be revoked because of a plea of guilty to that crime. How's it going, Kurt? That the prosecutor is seeking an abrogated sentence. No, they are not. Now, this is where it gets spicy. Okay, that everything else was kind of a bit boring. This is where it gets spicy. I have been told by my attorney, and I understand that my attorney discussed this case with one of the prosecuting attorneys, and that my attorney and the prosecuting attorney agreed that if I entered a plea deal of guilty, the prosecutor will do the following: plead guilty to 2-count a gross misdemeanor. No contact order with Kayla Rekieta continues during probation. So it seems like he's going to get a suspended sentence, and I believe there's also going to be an investigation going forward for this. But as provided the toe is a good boy, he gets no jail time whatsoever. But he still has he can't talk to lady rackets. He can't visit the Delta Quadrant. He can't enjoy Deep Space Nine. He can't go to the promenade, whatever you want to call it. He can't do that during his probation. No restitution, underlined. So they can't try and claim, Aaron, you got to pay. You got to pay for those nudes. Aaron says no. There'll be no reparations without representation. So Nick cannot ask for money. So unfortunately, while he did successfully make his wife a kind of roundabout OF lady, he doesn't actually get paid for it, which is very sad. No restitution. Dismissing remaining count. No executed jail time. $50 fine. Our boy, Mr. Mygoo, he got fined 1 Kayla unit. This is the denomination. No dignity, no rude disrespect. I think this is from the farms. I don't know. Many people sent me this, but whoever did, or whoever created it, thank you very much. Billy Oakey, unleashing the cats. There we hold on. Where are they? Oh, where's my cats gone? I can't remember. I've lost them. Just like Sunny is lost. There we go. Cats are up now. I feel that Kirsch is the only person who can break meme I'm not practicing lawyer. 250 kg weeaboo copium. I want to show you guys a picture, but I can't just yet because it's related to something else. But as I mentioned, I interviewed somebody today, and you will not believe it, but this person was not a man. And when I look at myself next to this person that is not a man, one of those disgusting creatures, just kidding. I'm like, holy shit, I'm really large. I'm like, this person looks tiny. This person looks absolutely tiny compared to me, and it's kind of comical actually. And it's unfortunate because never mind. You'll see it later. But I can confirm that I did talk to a non-male today outside. So things are no, I'm not fat. I'm just large. I'm just large. Okay. Anyway, where was I? So $50. Let me see your $50 in the chat. That's 1 Aaron Freedom dollar unit. They'll be forever referred to as 1 Aaron Freedom unit or something. That's just so funny. So the court saw the nudes, or at least they saw the evidence of that he sent them, and he's just like, you know what? $50. He can't keep getting away with it. Stonies had to donate 25 cold ones for the $2 Tuesdays to the Stearns County Prosecutor's Office, and they're like, there you go. Do you accept this in Stonies? And they're like, yes. Will Stonies div card do? Yes, it will. All right, where was I? BobTube, yes. Anyway, that if the court does not approve this agreement, I have the absolute right to then withdraw my plea of guilty and have a trial. Any testimony that I have given concerning the plea could not be used against me unless I'm charged with the crime of perjury based on this testimony. 21. That except for the agreement between my attorneys and the prosecuting attorney, no one, including my own attorney, any police officer, prosecutor, judge, or any other person has made any promises to me or my family members or to any of my friends or other persons in order to obtain a guilty plea from me. Does Aaron have many other friends? No, I'm just joking. I like to rag on Aaron a little bit. But like, look at him. This is the thing is like, I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I started this joke. I think I'm not, it's like one of those things. What came first, the farms or the egg or whatever? Was I'm pretty sure I was the first person to refer to Aaron as Mr. Magoo because he just slips on banana peels. He falls out of buildings, but then there's like a pillow factory is delivering like things, but like at the same time. I feel like I started this, but I don't know. Maybe I saw it and it seeped into my subconscious. But how does he keep doing it? How does he keep failing, but somehow they can't get him? He's got entire groups of people trying to A-log him, and they can't seem to nail him on something. He just keeps living his life and getting away with it, drinking Bloody Marys, and it's very, very peculiar to me, I suppose. All right, let me see. I think we read this one. My attorney has told me, and I understand that if my plea of guilty is for any reason not accepted by the court, or if I withdraw the plea with the court's approval, or the plea is withdrawn by the court order on appeal of the review, I would stand trial on the original charges. So Aaron could have a moment where he's like, you know what? Fuck it, let's double down. Now, that'd be a terrible idea because this is a pretty good deal in my opinion. Like I said, it seems like there's 2 orders going forward to do a bit of research into this. At least that's what it says on the Minnesota records, court records. But I think it's pretty safe to say that now that he's pled guilty, he can admit to everything. He's going to pay the fine. He doesn't have to do time, and he's got away scot-free. My attorney has told me that I understand that my plea of guilty is accepted by the judge. I have the right to appeal, but that any appeal to or any other court action I may take claiming error in the proceedings probably would be useless and a waste of my time or the courts. Is this true? Or where is your source for this? It better not be I made it the fuck up. I heard the prosecutors called Kayla 13 times and she didn't answer or return the call. Actually, I do have information about this. Hold on a second. Let me see. Just a moment. Sorry, I should have had this prepared. Let me see. All right. I actually have this is like the first time ever. No one else has this, but I actually have the missed calls from the prosecutor's office. This is, they did call her many times, and this is the only transcript of them attempting to call Kayla. That was the first call. Didn't go through. The prosecutor tried to call them 7 more times, and this is the only thing that they went through. They tried that. They tried a different frequency. Let's see about this one. Didn't work. That one's not working either. That line's not picking up either. Wait, where's the one that wait, I like the next generation one. Hold on. This is the one that I prefer, actually, I think. Is it this one? Wait, hold on. All right. What? That's terrible. What the fuck is that? I got catfish there. Never mind. All right, you got the joke. Yeah, it's the oh wait, this is the one. Maybe this one. That one's not working either. That's not working either. I was trying to get the next generation one, but anyway. Sorry. Okay, there you go. Sorry to. I don't know. I thought it was funny. All right, where were we? My attorney has told me that I understand that the judge will not accept a plea of guilty for anyone who claims to be innocent. I now make no claim that I am innocent. He's guilty. He's guilty, but it's only going to cost him $50. I have been told that my attorney, and I understand that if I wish to plead not guilty and have a trial by jury. That I could testify at trial if I wanted to, but I could not be forced to testify. That if I decide not to testify, either to the prosecutor nor the judge could comment on my failure to testify. That with my knowledge of my right not to testify, and that neither the judge nor the prosecutor could comment on my failure to testify at trial, I now give up this right, and I will tell the judge the facts of the crime. My attorney has told me, and I understand, that that if I am not a citizen of the United States, this plea of guilty may result in deportation. Actually, that's kind of funny because we're going to talk about deportation next, I think. Exclusion from admission of the United States of America or denial of citizenship. Can we deport Aaron? But where would we deport him to? What country do you think Aaron would belong in? Don't say Jamaica. Don't say Jamaica. That's where Nick wants to be deported to. The land where everybody's always happy. That, and lastly, that in view of the above facts and considerations, I wish to enter the plea of guilty. Deport him to Stonies? To India? Japan? No. Guatemala? No, those would be good. Deport him to the Kardashians? Cardassians? The Cardassians? Perhaps. Sorry. I think I slipped up there and exposed that up. No, I'm not watching the Kardashians. Okay. All right. And this is dated today, signed by Aaron and I believe his lawyer, who was Todd Peterson. All right. We're going to go to some Nick Cope in a second. But we're going to break it up. The segment going to be broken up. Firstly, with World of T-shirts. Deported. Suffer. Now, World of T-shirts, Joshua Block. He is, if you don't know who he is, we did a stream on him a while back when he was in Japan. He is a nuisance streamer when he was in Japan, at least. Basically, he goes around screaming. Like, he's mentally challenged. People take advantage of him. It's actually a really sad story. There's a really good documentary about it on Turkey Tom's channel, particularly with Mr. Based, who is basically an ex-pimp who went to jail and is now a live streamer, and he's abusing this guy to get money from him. He's also a massive alcoholic, which is not a good combination. Now, he travels around. He does screaming streams. People tell him to put the fries in the bag. He freaks out and he bites people and he kicks people. It's complete, like, shit show. But it seems like nuisance streaming is actually just not working as well as it used to, as people were able to get him deported from Dubai before he even showed up. So let's see. Streamer, TikToker, and internet personality Joshua Block, better known as World of T-shirts, got deported from Dubai supposedly because of his criminal record in a series of now deleted Instagram posts. Well, actually, I don't know how well this article is because I found them on his TikTok. So I guess they just checked his Instagram and said that was enough. I don't know. It seems kind of lazy. The content creator said that he was deported from the United Arab Emirates at an immigration station, adding that he was scheduled to board the next flight to John F. Kennedy Airport. According to a screenshot shared by Daniel Keemstar, Drama Alert, Block claimed to have been deported from Dubai due to his 2024 arrest. He wrote, "I was deported from Dubai by immigration because of an arrest in 2024 for the subway incident. I don't know how long they will hold me in the airport before I can come home, but I got into Canada three times. I don't know how this is a problem." So Canada will accept any criminal 3 times, but the United Arab Emirates is like, no, just fuck off, go. It's like he's just coming up. He's just like, I want to stream and drink alcohol and be, well, there's a special word for him, and it's like, no, they're just like, go away, just go away. So there's the original post. He's got green hair now, so he's the Joker, baby. The streamer update account on X shared 2 Instagram posts in which he claimed that the deportation from the UAE was not the result of his arrest, expressing uncertainty about whether he would be able to fly back to the United States. He wrote, "I got deported from the United Arab Emirates at immigration. They said I have no reason." That's just a repeat of the thing. It seems like they like to double post a lot on this. But there's more to it. There's more posts here. Let me see. Update. It's not due to a part arrest by deportation. It's for unknown why I can't enter Dubai or when I can fly home. On April 10th, the 23-year-old posted an Instagram video announcing his return to the United States, claiming he may die because of sleep deprivation. "I have been awake for 48 hours, honestly. I may die. Wish me luck. And we'll take a look at these in a second. And then they go on to talk briefly about his career. Now, the leading theory is actually just that people rang up the country and was like, hello, this person is a nuisance streamer. Just don't let him in. And they were like, okay. And they just sent him back. So let's take a look at his actual account. Let's see what he says. So this is the story in I guess 6 parts. Let's see. So I've got to mute this. Going to Dubai. Look, he's having his best life. He's making $400,000 a year being a drunk, challenged person in New York. He's going to Dubai. He's living his best life. Look at that. He's got his drinks on the plane. He's got his wine. And look at that. He should have licked the glass. He needs to listen from Rekieta and lick the bottle. Now, there's actually a site that tracks all of Joshua Block's, like his alcohol. It's actually insane. I'm going to take a look at his update on that in a second. But basically, this guy, I think he had it was something crazy, like 50,000 or 500,000 calories of alcohol alone in 1 year. They religiously track how much he drinks. It's actually a piece of autism that is so perfect. It's maybe too pure for this world. But we'll take a look at that later. So he's having his drinks, heading to Dubai, looking good, living his best life, having another drinky drink. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I might have a drink myself later. Having his first class. Actually, I don't know. Is this first class Emirates? Isn't Emirates meant to be really good? I have a friend that is a what do they call them now? Airline hostess, stewardess on the Emirates, and it looks like it's actually pretty good. I've never flown them though. And here we have the sad posting. I'm being deported today because people scammed the immigration with nasty letters about me. Vacation ruined. So when people say, this is kind of interesting though, because it seems like people say first of all, people say, well, you shouldn't talk about these people because it just gives them attention. It just gives them more attention and more notoriety. But then when you actually start talking about them enough, when they've actually started committing enough crimes and things, it actually has a positive effect. Like, now he can't go and be a complete moron in this country because look, you weren't behaving badly, and you were behaving badly in Japan. You were smashing bottles. You were throwing beer at people. You were punching and biting people. No, you can't come into our country. Good. And even with Ice Poseidon, when he tried to take ferries around Japan, the captains would say, no, you can just go home. You can just go home. It seems like it's actually having a quantifiable effect, which is very satisfying. I think once Johnny and Vitali are sentenced, I think that's going to be like a different world. I think that's when all of the IRL nuisance streamers kind of just give up and they say, well, we had a good run. Let's stop doing this. And we might take another look at the prisons that are in the Philippines later on, because it looks really bad. And apparently Vitali is being held there right now, and it may be 2 years before his trial. So he's already suffering, which is very, very funny. So Joshua reposted again saying, coming back to the US following the Dubai deportation. This is where he says and I'll show you this for a second, because I want to show you when I say he's mentally challenged, I'm not joking. He actually is mentally challenged. And this is the sad part of his story, because he is responsible for his actions, but it makes you wonder about how much accountability someone in this sort of condition can have. And it makes you really see how the people around him, specifically people like Mr. Base, that are taking advantage of him and trying to they want to see him die so that they can take his viewers. And they're not interesting. They're not going to take his viewers. They're not going to take his donators because the only reason they're watching is for T-shirts. And as soon as he goes, Mr. Base's career is over. That's why he's got such a stranglehold on this guy. And he does have a stranglehold on this guy's life. He basically set him up with women, alcohol, and keeps him away from his family so that he can continue to exploit this guy. It's like literally this is their golden goose, and they're going to keep abusing it until it dies, essentially. But let's see what he says.
I've been awake for almost 48 hours now.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I might die of sleep deprivation. Wish me luck.
There we go. And I think there was one more, but let's see. In future, I made it home. I'm fine. Future international vacations won't be announced. I'll wait until I get out of the country or get to the country to post videos. That's a good idea. You don't need to be always online. You don't need to be able to tell people where you are at all moments, just as you don't have to show people your Steam played hours on things, okay? All right, so this is World of Alcohol Tracker. Now, this guy, like I said, he just tracks how much he drinks. So let's take a look at March. This is just 2 days. Let's take a look what he drinks.
Drinking this amount and this often is dangerous and
I
will
made this
lead
larger,
to
can I get rid of the comment section? I don't know how TikTok works on desktop.
alcohol dependency.
Let's take a
Please
look.
drink responsibly. Welcome back, everybody. Today will be the recap for yesterday, March 22nd, and the day before that, March 21st, and we will also include a weekly recap for the past 7 days. I will quickly summarize these last 2 days so we can get into the weekly recap. So on March 21st, Josh had a high noon, 2 fireball shooters, a mixed cocktail, and a Long Island. Now, of course, the Long Island is going to be 3 standard drinks by itself, but he finishes the day off with about 7.5 drinks on camera, a max BAC of 0.08, spent a total of $33, drank 800 calories in alcohol, and assuming he didn't drink off camera, was sober for about 11 hours yesterday.
All right, hold on. I want to go back. I want to see that.
And assuming
Now, I've got 2 questions about this. Does this seem like too much? Because this is too much. 800 calories from alcohol. That's like, maybe you can do that once a week or something. This is what Josh does every day. The second part of the question is, how much of a Rekieta, one day's Rekieta's alcohol consumption is this? It's just 7.5 drinks. Just 7.5 drinks. It's only 800 calories. Like, that's only half your daily diet. Like, Nick said that he was eating 200 calories of crackers a day, and then he was filling the rest of it up with alcohol. So this, I think, like, Nick's was actually unironically higher than this by, like, it would have to be like 15 drinks or something, right? Or how many Ralphs? What's it, is it like the Nick first and then Ralph? Who is the biggest of the drinker of the two? Because like Nick would like finish entire bottles in nights. I don't know.
he didn't drink off camera, was sober for about 11 hours. Yesterday on the 22nd, Josh had some Baileys in his coffee in the morning for 1 drink. He had a
Hey, I mean, to be fair, I've done this as well. I can remember some cold winter mornings where I Baileyed up my morning coffee. I haven't done that in a long time, but like this is like 10 years ago or something. But you know, if you're on vacation, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of Bailey's to wake you up in the morning, right? Surely.
24-ounce strawberryta. For those of you unaware, these are 8% alcohol by volume, contain
Not
about
even
24
9%.
ounces of liquid, and here's the math showing that this is about 3.5 standard drinks. And drop a comment down below right now before you hear the answer of how many calories you think are in this 1 can of alcohol. If
Yeah,
you
chat, drop some interaction on the stream right now before we give you the answer. I mean, it is beneficial to say these things, but it always kind of makes me giggle a bit.
said anything under 600, you'd be incorrect because there are 600 calories in this 1 can. It's kind of
what the
insane.
fuck?
He also had a martini for 1.5 drinks, a high noon for 1 drink, a mixed cocktail for 1.5 drinks, and a tall boy twisted tea for 2 standard drinks. This brings the totals for yesterday to 10 drinks on camera, max BAC of 0.16, which is about twice the legal limit for driving. He spent about $45 on alcohol.
That's 1,600 calories. That's like a small woman's entire daily intake.
Drank 1,600 calories, and was sober for about 12 hours if he wasn't drinking.
That's a crazy day, but he lives like, the thing is, he lives like this every day. And sometimes he doesn't stream, but like, he's actually drunk. Like, I'm not even joking. He's drunk more than he is sober. Like he said on the previous day, he was sober for 11 hours. If you sleep 8 hours a day, that means he woke up and in 3 hours he was drunk. And a lot of these days he's like above the legal limit of driving as well. It's quite crazy when you see the charts. This actually might be a light week.
Off camera. Now let's take a look at the weekly totals. This includes the entire last week. However, I don't have data for the 15th or the 16th, so this data will be slightly incorrect as far as averages go. So for the last week, he had a total of 61 standard drinks on camera, spent a total of $252 on alcohol alone. He drank 8,000 calories in alcohol. His highest BAC was 0.35, which is beyond the blackout range and in the range where your body will start rejecting all the alcohol that you're drinking and where medical intervention might be a good idea. Because I don't have data for the 2 days before St. Patrick's Day, this says he was sober for 71 total hours in the past week, or about 42% of the time. But
this is actually just really sad because this guy, he doesn't have all of the mental faculties that other people would have, right? But like, this is insane. Like when you think about 8,000 calories, to put this in perspective, a pound of fat, like if you eat like, I don't know how many French fries is in 100 calories, but let's say you eat enough French fries to eat 3,500 calories, that is 1 pound of fat that goes onto your body. Every time you eat 3,500 calories, that's an additional pound of fat on your body. So this is over a kilo of fat in just a week from just alcohol. That's how much is actually, like when they say don't drink your calories, this is what they mean. 8.7 drinks per day. 61 drinks a week. That is crazy. This is what it looks like. And like this guy, like he's not going to be around for much longer, I don't think.
If he was drinking on those 2 days, that number will go down. And of course, before we wrap it up, here is a chart of his BAC.
All right, I'll pause this for the chat. I'll pause it for a couple seconds. All right, now chat. Is you got a head on your shoulder? Well, it's only your own, okay? If you tilted it this sorry, just joking. Just joking. That's an old
you can
meme.
see
That's an
where
old
he
meme.
was aggressively drinking on St. Patrick's Day where the initial line spikes upwards, and then you can see the couple days following where he never let his BAC really fall below like a 0.15 and just continued drinking the day afterwards. So if this data is correct, he basically spent 3 entire days just completely hammered. This is important.
I mean, but who hasn't done that before, right? Especially not viewers of this stream.
To know that if you don't let your BAC fall to 0 and have days off of drinking, you're inviting your body to get physically dependent on it, and that's when you start developing withdrawal symptoms. And the longer you do this and the more often you do this, the worse it gets.
Wait, does that mean that you can
the longer you do this,
if that's true? So he said that if you don't let your blood alcohol reach 0 and have days off, then you become a dependent. So is that saying you can just alcoholic max by being completely drunk one day and then sober the next? If you just alternate every day, is it literally okay? Is that actually how it works? I don't know. Is this how science works? I'm not sure. All right. Anyway, let's get into the Nick Cope session. Don't need this anymore. We'll keep it open just in case. We'll keep that open. All right, it's the Nick Cope session. Now, we gave you a preview before, but Nick stands by this statement. Kayla did not cheat on me in any popularly known sense. What does you like? Can someone break down this statement for me? What do you mean by this? Now, I think I understand Nick's mind enough to understand what he's saying here, and that is, it can't be cheating if you let them go fuck somebody else. That's the logic here. If you agree to let somebody have sex with, if you let your wife, if you let her go have sex with someone, it can't be cheating because you've agreed to it. Cheating is only when you're going against the marital contract. Now, this is called cuck's logic, okay? This is cuck logic. If you enter a marriage, you are agreeing into monogamy. It's like literally the only thing you have to do. It's the only reason to get married, right? It's because like, look, we're going to raise a family, we're going to get married, and we're not going to fuck other people. That's what marriage is. If you have sex with someone, even if you agree to it in a marriage, that's cheating. That's cheating. The only person that, it's just your brain. This is just like cope logic that you just have to say this so that you can go through your life without, like deep throating a barrel or something, I suppose. Now, when Nick is talking about this, he's only talking in particular towards Aaron, of course. So when he's saying when Aaron had multiple times having sex with Kayla, he did not consider that cheating because they had agreed to this, the polycule or whatever. Now, again, that's not true. That's cuckoldry. But that leads the question, do you think that Kayla did not sleep around with other men? And look, you go to hedonism twice, and she never dipped her toe. Aaron dipped his toe into her. But you didn't think she didn't see anything? She didn't do anything? Like, she would go, like, she would just be AFK, all right? Like, she spends most of her time in the Delta Quadrant, but Kayla would just disappear for, like, 7 hours at a time. This is back when Nick was pretending to be a trad dad. Kayla would disappear for like 8 hours, and then Nick would be at home like cooking for the kids or looking and like, where's the Kayla? I don't know. She just goes to it. She just goes places sometimes. And then like when she got back, she'd be like, oh, I ran into a buddy and we were just gone for 8 hours. This is a reoccurring problem. Like, so she absolutely did cheat on him. Even before. And like, this is kind of a question that people are asking, like which person got cucked first. Very much it is my opinion and my belief that Nick was cucked first multiple times. And I have some secret background information that confirms this to me now from an undisclosed individual. Okay. That she would just disappear. Come back 7 hours later, not do any cooking, not do any cleaning. That's why they had a nanny, because she didn't do anything. She didn't have a job. she didn't teach the kids or anything. She didn't do anything. All right. What was this one? So this was all right. So this is the statement from Melty Butter on the Kiwi Farms. He says the MLC, which is that stream that Alyssa had a clip from before, says, okay, MLC is still going on. Aaron just said that Nick's statement is in the discovery documents, is longer than everyone else's combined. So Nick, Kayla, Gino's, one assumes. Of course it is. Aaron also implied that he'd provide them if he'd provide them to the others to release as legally allowed. He can't release them because of Kayla. So if you put in everyone's statements, Gino, Keanu, Kayla, April, Nick's is just longer because he has to talk about how much Mr. Magoo tasted his special recipe or something. So we need to see this document. We really need to see this document. What was this? Oh, sorry. What was this? Oh, this is something that. Okay. All right. What did you link me, Max? Oh, sorry. I should have played this second. This is from Max. He decided to send this in before the stream.
We opened today's bidding with this prostitute.
$50.
She had 9 STDs.
$45.
And when we caught her, she wet herself.
$50.
We opened today.
Very good, Max. Very good, Max. Sorry, I forgot to play that earlier as well. Another all-time winning statement from Nick. Sean is so retarded. Hear that it is embarrassing. I challenge anyone to tell me one time that Sean was wrong. One time that Sean was wrong. Like, I think Sean's just right about everything except his pro-anime girl stance now, which is weird. I don't know. That's the one time that Sean made a mistake. Every other time he's been correct. But the seed is pretty... It's very fun to know that he lives rent-free in Nick's head. Another statement. Here we go. Let's take a look at one of these. These are great. I love these little clips. Kayla is a stunning woman. I never found her unsexy. And I was never looking for another.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way.
That's the short version. By the way, there was another 20 seconds of that, by the way. I couldn't take it anymore. I thought it was too much. Even though I love Jonathan Frakes. He's great. He's great. All right. What was this one? Let me see. Where was this? Oh, wait. Hold on a second. This link. Oh, there we go. All right. Now I know. Now I see where we are. Then we see where we are. Okay. All right. We got another quote coming in from the toe. Let's see what the toe boy had to say on this situation.
5,000 that day and was still able to satisfy the one called Nick later that day. You motherfucker. The fact that I don't have brain damage and my debit card wasn't declined at a VFW is the only way I can handle that. Yeah, you remember the early days of like the arrest and all that when I...
Oh, sorry. I got distracted for a second. I was daydreaming.
Yeah, you remember the early days of like the arrest and all that when I had there were all these...
Go back. Play back the tape.
The fact that I don't have brain damage and my debit card wasn't declined at a VFW.
All right, so what does he mean by this? Debit card was declined at a VFW. So, this post by, again, Melty Butter on April 1st, April Fool's Day. Also, John Gordon with a 2 says, still can't believe this guy made fun of Jack Murphy. That is the real ultimate irony of it is, of all this situation. But thank you very much for that. Let's see. So this is, what is it? Monthly specials and events at Wilma VFW, which I think is it's like a veterans place, right? Like it's like basically a bar, karaoke. Let's see, let's see their monthly specials. We've got Power Hour is back every Monday from 6 till 7. Come and grab a $6 hamburger basket, $3 domestic pints, $4.50 domestic tall boys, and $12 domestic pitchers. On the karaoke night and meat raffle every Monday, we've got Nick, Danny, Chris, and now Nick is not Nick Rekieta. That's the doorman, I believe. But Danny is important to this story. And basically, like, someone tell me what a VF is. It's like a club, hangout. Yeah, okay, like a veterans hall or club or like a Lions Club or something like that, I suppose. All right. So what this happened here? What is this important for? What is Aaron talking about? His debit card has been declined. So Dorman's name is Danny, says Aaron. A social media loosely verifies. I didn't dig too hard for any more details. There's a Danny and a Nick here who won the raffle last month. Nick won the March 3rd and March 31st, both Mondays. Why do the Mondays matter? Well, it's Power Hour at the VFW. Anyway, Aaron addressed this whole thing on his morning show. Danny has apparently reported that Nick's debit card has been declined. And that's at the timestamp that we just saw. The timestamp does not verify Danny's name, but Aaron says it somewhere. It clarifies the edits once the transcript is up. So Nick went to this VFW to enjoy a $3 domestic pint and a $4.50 tall boy. And it's been declined. Oh no. Now, why would it be declined? Because he's got rich grandparents. It doesn't make sense. Well, the theory about this one is that he has a second credit card, that he hides his drinking from his parents, because after he gets sentenced, I think it's on April 17th. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's April 17th. And he says he promises he's going to stream again on that date, though. He won't be able to drink after that date. So he's got to go out with a bang. And either he's drinking so much and he's got no money that he has to do this, or he's got a secondary credit card that he can hide from the parents because mummy and daddy are checking to see if he's getting a $3 domestic pint at the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States Association Club. How embarrassing. Like, how embarrassing. Yes. Suffer, Lord Pope. Suffer. That's very funny. It's fun to see what Nick's up to in these like little bank. Let me see. We got another one. We got another one from Nick going on talking on with Mersh. He says, "You know why I like Mersh, who's gooning on Rumble apparently? He loves tattoos." Mersh responded to this saying, "He's been sending me a picture of his gay hip tattoo every day, almost for the same week now. Every day, different picture of the same tattoo from a different angle. I should never have said it looked gay." He's gay. Imagine sending pictures of your gay tattoo to own the haters. Like, that is just too funny. Yes, it's his front tramp stamp. Yes, that's what it is. Now, let me see. Here's the question. I want to enjoy. It is Friday, so I want to enjoy a tall boy myself, but maybe in a second. Do you think this is a joke, or do you think that Mersh is actually getting tattoos every single day from different angles of teehee, I think I look cute, might delete later, pics from Nick? What do you think? I'm gonna make this a quick poll. All right, I'm gonna make this a quick poll while I go show you my drink selection, because I got some pretty shit drinks tonight to punish myself. Does Nick really send tattoos pics to Mersh? Absolutely. Feeling cute. Might delete. Let's do. Let me see if I absolutely. It's fiction. There we go. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go show you the shit drinks. I got one drink that I like and one that I really hate. I'll let the chat decide which one I get to drink as well. We'll be back with our sponsor from a few words with our sponsors. You know who it is. You love them. Wait, where the hell did that sponsor go? I got to pay this. Every time I play it, I get like $500 maybe.
Are you tired of drinking alone, or worse, with boring people? Hi Minnesota, I'm Meme McGill, and do you want to experience the kind of atmosphere where the drinks flow as freely as the gossip? Then come on down to Stoney's in Rockville, Minnesota. At Stoney's, we don't just serve drinks, we serve connections. Some legal, some not so much. Need a spot to discuss your latest scheme, or just want to unwind after a long day of avoiding responsibilities? Well then come on down to Stoney's, where the drinks are cold and the secrets are spicier than our famous Ultimate Bloody Marys. Whether you're planning your next big hustle or just looking for a good time, Stoney's is the place to be. We've got pool tables, karaoke nights, and the only thing more colourful than our drinks is our clientele. Hey look, you didn't hear this from me, but did somebody say $2 cans on Thirsty Thursdays? Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? At Stoney's Bar, every night's a wild card. And the house always wins, unless you're buying the next round. Just remember that what happens at Stoney's stays at Stoney's. Well, that is until the next town hall meeting. Just check out all of our testimonials. Stoney's Bar, Rockville, Minnesota.
All right, the poll results are in. 93% say this is absolutely a true story. The funniest thing is true, so that means that it has to be. All right, now, these are the drinks that I've got. I have the Asahi Jokey can. These are good because you rip the top off and the whole thing foams up and it spills everywhere. It's great. This is a drink I like. The chat's going to decide what I drink now. Okay, this is the option one. This is option one. Option two is the Asahi Dry Crystal. This is 3.5% alcohol. And I bought it because it says wait, hold on. Where does it say it? There. It literally says mid alcohol. It's mid. This is the mid drink chat. Okay. You guys, you rats. You don't. Yeah, if you remember, you can spam the 3.5%, I suppose. It's literally 3.5%. Dry crystal. Yeah, it's the dry crystal. Okay, I think it's appropriate. Maybe this will be the new sponsor of the show. This actually did cost me $2, and I got it with my Stoney's money. All right, looks like the 3.5% have it. This is actually the first time I've drunk this, I think. Maybe another time. I don't know. It's shit. It tastes like piss. Like, unironically, it tastes like piss water. No, it tastes like... imagine you got like regular draft beer and you mixed it with 50% water. That's exactly what it tastes like, and I hate all of you. Anyway, moving on. What was this? All right, I can't remember what this is. It's called April's Psychological Abuse from Nick Rekieta. Let's see.
Closed down. She believes Keanu informed us that April closed down. She believes that April closed down her social media because she was tired of the psychological abuse from Nick Rekieta. Keanu said that April would call her crying about the psychological abuse that Nick was inflicting. He was yelling at her, and he was making her feel guilty for shit that wasn't her fault, and she would complain to Keanu about it. And that Keanu thinks that's why she went dark, just to get away from that abuse. That was fascinating. We got some tea spilled yesterday. Don't say anything specific, but since I have you on the phone here, I want to ask you.
Sure.
I think he's talking to Keanu. I'm not sure.
The text I sent today, is that true?
No, that does not ring a bell to me.
Okay, so somebody was making.
It could have.
Oh, but is that? Do you think that's the case, or do you have no knowledge of that?
I think. Well, it's more of like. I mean, if you're asking me my opinion,
yeah.
I think it's like that person in the text that you mentioned.
Even over the phone, she's insufferable.
First doesn't
Holy
want
shit.
had to have anything to do with anything anymore.
With the other,
without saying too much.
With the
right.
one person doesn't want anything to do with the other person because of perhaps verbal abuse from previously.
Right.
Okay.
And said person, I mean, I've never heard someone cry so much about just the psychological aspect of abuse of another person. Yeah.
You're saying that the phone call you had with someone sounded like someone who was being this is
like window, like this is like recursive secondhand cringe, because I'm getting secondhand cringe watching this Aaron clip, but then I can see Aaron is getting secondhand cringe talking to Keanu. So it's like, it's compounding cringe. Like, this is, oh my goodness, just spit it out, woman.
Not physically, I'm sorry, psychologically abused by someone else.
Oh, unequivocally, in my opinion, in my medical opinion, I'm not just kidding. In my opinion, 100%.
All right.
To the point of like, yeah.
This is the face you make when you realize you fucked up. It's like, why the fuck did I call her again?
To the point of major concern. Yes.
All right.
So
all right. Now I have a bit of something that I just came across. But sorry, Eva Blink said, member for 31 months. Thank you very much, Eva Blink. Doesn't know. Do we know if April ever made it to the forest? We don't know that for sure. She disappeared. So Nick's wealthy parents talked to her. She disappeared. No one can contact her, and she has no social media. And she's totally not at the bottom of Nick's well in his second house. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for the 31 months, though. Aspen Fallen says, today I learned that it only costs $12 to ship a manga book from Tokyo to me in Minnesota. That's like what Nick spent at the VFW. See, you can afford things when you have money and you spend responsibly. So good for you. I hope you enjoy your manga. What are you reading? If it's any cringe gay shit, don't tell me. But if it's like a good one, let me know. And JB Behemoth with a 5 says, sitting in my cubicle having a drink vicariously through my boy, Meme Copium. Safa, boss. Yes, that's right. The company time is being destroyed by my stream. Thousands of company corporate hours are being destroyed. All right. I can't remember what this article I had open was. Oh, here it is. Okay. I remember now. I'm just going to clear up some of these tapes. Get rid of that. Wait, no, sorry. Before we go into this about Nick being seething at Alyssa, I actually do have to go back to Aaron for a second. Sorry. So you may want, like, one of the questions that I had, and this is kind of like an open form question that maybe the chat can help me with, is I don't understand the Aaron A-logs. It doesn't make sense to me because while I do understand A-logging, I don't think that Aaron is interesting enough to really care about A-logging, right? But there's this big group, like it's not even a small group of A-logs. It might even be the same, no, not the same as Nick's, obviously, but it's quite a large group of people that are really just addicted to the toe. And I don't see why he's that interesting. And I've been thinking about this for a long time, right? Like it's not he's a bit of a fuck up, but he's not that entertaining as a fuck up, is my point of view. But I have the answer. Because the elite cabal of, as you know, chat, the elite cabal of the Aaron haters, they are centered around this very fat, very child addicted person. But he's got a number 2. Everybody's got a number 2. And I found out that this is the work. This is a breaking, maybe, I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Moody. So Moody is the guy that's behind the AI edits of Aaron's children. You know, so when people pay $20 and they can pretend to be one of Aaron's kids and say something sexual, that guy is Moody. He's the brains of the operation. So let's take a look at the brains of the operation and see what we can learn. This is from Slam Poetry 2011 first place winner, Moody, the New Zealand man.
This is a 4-part poem called An Apology to Various Insects I Have Wronged.
All right, it's his 4-part apology poem to various insects.
My childhood.
Now, people ask me, why would I leave Japan? It's like, wasn't it weird to live in Japan? Why would you leave New Zealand to go live in Japan? Because I used to live in this place, okay? I have to listen to this accent every day. Why are they celebrating? Why are they clapping? This cringe is like this is like a nuclear level of cringe you're about to experience, but you have to see it. But before we said, Epson followers has caught me. It wasn't manga, but a Deadpool/Wolverine doujinshi. Maximum nerd Fujoshi ever. Thank you very much. Wouldn't surprise me. All right, let's see what the best. This is the best New Zealand has to offer. Let's see the top minds of New Zealand that work on AIs of synthesizing children's voices.
Be a dictator. Spiders.
Spiders. Okay.
I have a superpower. I can shoot water from my fingers, but it only works in the shower.
This is what New Zealand people are laughing about. I know the audio is pretty bad, but you have to forgive it because it's a 13-year-old video. Okay. He's saying he has a superpower. He can shoot water from his fingers, but only when he's in the shower. So you know when you're standing in the shower and water's dripping off your fingers? He does that, and then he looks at spiders and he drips water on them. And New Zealand people are laughing at this. Does anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills. Okay, what is going on? What is this?
Mercy any insect approaching from the ground to just below nipple height, provided I did some creative maneuvering, they'd most likely end up circling the drain. Their only escape being the lip between the wall and the sink tub. In my mind's eye, I'd imagine what was under that lip. A cornucopia of arachnids and insects, each more disgusting than the next, each of them gnashing at the chance to disrupt my shower. Daddy Longlegs being the pawn.
What is it about showers with these people? It's like the shower talks and the shower think tanks, and he's talking about like a bunch of spiders being underneath a drain. This is supposed to be comedy? This is what you're going to see at Hackamania in Las Vegas. This is a New Zealand comedy show, but The punchline is that we're watching it. That's what's the only funny thing about it is that they subjected people to this. This is the brains behind the Aaron hate operation, by the way.
That they had long legs, which meant they'd hardly go down the drain after losing the fight, and I'd be forced to look upon my fallen enemy for the duration of my shower. Me, soldier, for all.
He's reading from. You can't read from notes. What is this? This is like, you know, like in Joker, and he's like, he gets up and he's got a book, and he's got a book of jokes. And this is like his material. This is the spider material. It's so good. He has to read it. He has to write it down. You can't freestyle this spider monologue about how you stand and you like move the water off your fingernails so you can shoot all the New Zealand spiders. And New Zealand spiders are tiny, by the way. They're not like Australian spiders. New Zealand spiders are like ain't no shit. I mean, the only thing you have to worry about is maybe a whitetail, but they're like tiny. Like this is the content. And look at this. First place winner. He won the competition at the Auckland University. New Zealand was a mistake. New Zealand was a fucking mistake. This should not be allowed, okay? This is not okay. I actually felt like I was losing my mind when I watched this.
Just protector of the family shower. Shower protector man. I was never that imaginative. Doomed to forever fight spiders in the shower. That was the only possible use for my superpower, as I'd been told off for wasting the shampoo on the shower walls. Sorry, spiders. And
like we're only a minute and 20 seconds into this like actual mental torture. Make it stop. No, it goes on for another. It's a 3-minute video. No, he would like the thing is the comments of people like saying, why was this the first place winner? Everyone's complaining that he shouldn't have won. I guess it's just, I don't know. Maybe the other guy was like a black guy or something and they couldn't let him win or something. I don't know. We have to listen to a bit more of this.
I used to roll you up into little balls and eat you. I don't know why I did it. I just remember that I did. Sorry, ants.
Sorry, ants. Holy shit. People are clapping and laughing.
When we were little, my sister and I set up a bee hospital in an old crayon box. It had an individual groove for each stick of color, so they wouldn't all mix when you closed it.
What the fuck is this? He's talking about putting bees into crayon boxes? This isn't comedy. This is autism. I am actually losing my mind. Like sometimes I'm just pretending. I actually feel like it's my brain is melting right at this moment.
Groove lined with facial tissues would be makeshift hospital beds. Us, the doctors, stethoscopes made of Q-tips, though thinking back, that's not how a stethoscope worked at all. We had frequent trips to the garden to see if any bees required medical attention. It turns out
all right, I'm going to skip to the end because you need to hear
the genocide and war to the kids. I grew up. Why haven't you? Thank you.
Listen to this applause. What the fuck is this?
Was this story based? Not this time.
No, it's not based. That was awful. So I think I have once and for all answered the question. Like I know this was suffering, chat. I know I made you suffer, but I think we've answered once and for all what is going on with the Aaron A logs. They're this brain dead. They're play it again from the start. I'm going to subject the chat to this on like playback speed, 1.25 speed. Let's fucking go, chat. So like it always wondered me. I always couldn't understand what was the appeal of A-logging Aaron's content. It's because they think that this comedy is their peak comedy. This is their stand-up. This is why they think that Rekieta is like so funny. And that's why they want to get like copies of his stand-up show, like, because when you put the Rekieta material up against the shower murdering Spider-Man or whatever, like it makes perfect sense that they're actually this brain dead. So Aaron's life is like super interesting to them. That I figured it out. This is their top guy, by the way. This is literally the head of the anti-Aaron R&D research department, where they spend all day trying to figure out ways to synthesize his children more effectively so that Melton can beat off to them. Anyway, I don't know. I just found that like just before the stream and I was like, holy shit, this can't be the same guy. And I was like, what the fuck? He's Murray? No, Murray's funny. I like Murray. I like Flight of the Conchords. I don't know. This is just, I just don't understand it. Well, no, I understand it better now. All right. So we had a SEETHES session. Kind of a mysterious comment that came up. Stabby McStabwood said, I'll never stop laughing if Nick gets charged and convicted for this. Nick Rekieta is commenting on the Stalin 19 clip channel. He is so desperate. So this is what Nick does: is he goes to other people's channels, he looks for allies, can't find any, and he moves around. He's like he's been kicked out of like 109 different comedy live stream circle channel comment sections, and he's only got one last home left, and that is the New Zealand Spider-Man drowning superpower finger paint man or whatever it is, and his Crayon Bee hospital. That's his last refuge. But Alyssa said he can't comment on this topic here. Not really that he comments here anyway, because he knows it's his own fault. That I can say with 100% confidence that he's had some level of access to Aaron's emails. Now, this is something that people have talked about before, is that there is allegedly the ongoing FBI investigation into Aaron. But what is kind of weird here is, as Sneed Force 1 writes it out, talk around Nick's potential CFAA violation is heating up fast. The segment, because he knows it's his own fault and that I can say that with 100% confidence, is particularly interesting. So here's the question. How is Alyssa Clips so absolutely certain that she knows, Nick knows, that she knows he accessed Aaron's emails? Was Alyssa on the receiving end of a yet-to-be publicly known shower call? Maybe when Nick hacked Aaron's account, he found communication between herself and Aaron and proceeded to privately spurg out to her in DMs. Did Nick, in his spastic rage, reveal how he knew they were communicating? Does Alyssa have a written proof of illicit access? Nick has slipped up in the past, revealing sources such as telling Noel the CPS leaks were real. That's an ongoing question as well. Alyssa, would you care for additional comment? Do you have any further disclosure to the public? So Alyssa Clips posted on the Kiwi Farms with a verified account, I believe. And here it is. Nick sent me a DM seething about a confidential email I'd sent a couple days earlier to Aaron for his attorney. Nick absolutely had access, and if he didn't want to get caught, he should have practiced some self-control. So see, she included two screenshots. One is that Alyssa confirms that she sent her DMs between Nick and herself to Aaron, and then Nick responded to her saying, "Oh, Alyssa." Or you have to kind of like imagine this in like a Patrick Melton voice, but, "Oh, Alyssa, so butthurt. You sent out DMs to Aaron to hurt me? Why don't you send him your nudes? Not like you did to guys in my Discord. Make sure you take his money." The only money that's getting taken is the $50, aka the one Kayla Rekieta nude unit. So there you go, Nick. He's actually seething in DMs to Clippers because that's all he can do now. It makes sense because he likes to press women because it makes him feel strong and big. Because he's not big enough to press anyone else. Anyway, sorry. So moving off for a second. But BobTube says he better do the haka after his slam poetry. Don't you mention the haka on this stream ever again. Oh, come on, don't mention that again. All right. I asked my chat to submit some news articles so I could have some subjects to break up the fact. Let's see. The world's most famous amphibian will deliver a commencement speech at University of Maryland. All to that I say, yay! Good stuff. Let me see. What is this one? Cops investigating if Missouri foster mom traded a kid for a monkey to boost her exotic animal collection. What the fuck? This is when we're on the off topic at the moment, and we might go back to the Vitali prison stuff. But let's see. Dana. Well, I'll call her Dana Douche. That's not really her name, but it's close enough. Who fostered more than 200 children over the years, as well as reportedly being a collector of exotic animals, was arrested over the weekend. This is fucked up. What the fuck? Also, this looks like a man. This looks like a Dr. Zayas mask or something with a wig. Kind of crazy. A foster mom in Missouri has been taken into custody as authorities investigate whether she gave up her children in exchange for a monkey. Dana of Winfield, Minnesota, fostered more than 200 children over the years and is reportedly being a collector of exotic animals. She now faces 3 felony counts of neglect, child abuse, and child endangering, including according to a Lincoln County prosecutor, Mike Wood. There's potential for a joke in that name. The charges stem from allegations of a missing child that was later located in Texas. A witness who had come forward with some interesting information regarding the systemic abuse that was going on in the home said that they had been asked to bring the child down to Texas and bring the monkey back in return. What the fuck is this? Independent Wait, what? Why is monkey a top? Like this is the laziest hyperlink I've ever seen. I hope AI did that. Obviously, we have to do more investigation to see if that's actually credible or if that's true. According to KSDK, the probable cause statement said that douche arranged for the girl to go to Texas to stay with her friend, where the child was allegedly left alone in the house with exotic animals in dirty conditions. Wood said the allegations against her were particularly heinous and just disturbing to read. Two things that really stood out was the number of children that had been fostered in that home and the allegations that these types of abuse and emotional neglect had been going on for what seemed to be perhaps a decade. According to the probable cause statement reported by KSDK, police launched an investigation on November 21st following an anonymous tip given to the Missouri Department of Social Services that reported the alleged mental and physical abuse of a child. The victim told police that she had hit them with a paddle, shoes, and an open hand. Well, at least it wasn't the back of the head with a keyboard when the kids were being too noisy while they were streaming, right? The kid added that one time the mum forced another person to hold her down. She added that douche would sell her clothes and give them away as a form of punishment. Douche was taken, and again, I'm just making her name sound like douche. It's not really douche. Was taken into custody over the weekend. Her bond was set at actually, there's $250,000 in cash. She is set to appear in court this week. In an online statement, she said she would like to thank the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department. I hope this woman burns. I hope she actually burns for this. Like, holy shit. What is this one? Man who sniffs dirty socks, hospitalized with lung infection. See, I asked people to send me news articles to read, because I haven't done that in a while. And then, obviously, you know who sent me the one about feet shit. Man who sniffs dirty socks, hospitalized with fungal infection in lungs, reports say. A man in China, who reportedly sniffed his dirty socks each day, learned the hard way that his habit is apparently a health danger. The man, I almost thought this feels like a Japanese man thing, though, to be honest. But anyway, the man, who identified only as Peng by the Daily Mail, reported development of a habit of sniffing his socks each day after work. But this unusual custom allegedly handed him in the hospital after the Zhangzhou resident complained of chest pains, tightness in his chest, and a cough. Science alert. Oh, I fucking love science, reported. Initially, doctors in Zhangzhou 909 hospital suspected that Peng, 37, he's actually younger than Aaron. And he's... See, this man did something with his life. Unlike Aaron, who's 38 and is now getting a charge for RP. This guy, he's only 37 and he only has pneumonia because he's been sniffing his own socks. See, you can make something of yourself. But when his symptoms persisted, doctors re-questioned the man and eventually admitted he was addicted to smelling his socks that he had been wearing. This is disgusting. Imagine the smell. What is this link that I'm being sent? It's all right. Okay. Stop sending me private messages. You several people saying that you would definitely do the Fox girl, okay? I guess you're on Team Sean, who's going Foxy Loxy or something over there. I don't know, okay? I don't know. Look, I actually have. I don't know what it is with you guys, you VTubing people. Let me see. I have some a record here. Let me see. Where is this? I felt sure I had this earlier. Is someone spamming out my thing? I know. I'll find it here. All right. Look, every time you guys talk about you're going to do the Fox, this is what I'm thinking of, okay? This is what I'm thinking of. You guys are being caught. It's not okay. It's not okay. Anyway. Let me see. Enough. I don't want to read about the socks boy anymore. Here's a story from my American viewers. KFC introduces fried chicken flavored toothpaste and it's selling out. Fried chicken isn't just food anymore. It's also a paste. KFC recently introduced a fried chicken flavored toothpaste. Flavors are inspired by KFC's 11 herbs and spices according to the new house release. Like biting into a hot, juicy piece of KFC original chicken, this toothpaste is irresistible. Coating your teeth. Hold on a second. I got to put on the soundtrack for this one. We're going to put on the smoke. Where is it? We're gonna put on the KFC flavored chicken theme song. There we go. Like biting into a hot, juicy piece of KFC. Original recipe. This toothpaste is irresistible, coating your teeth in a flavor before leaving your mouth, feeling fresh and clean. The news release said of the Kentucky-based fast food chain. KFC partnered with toothpaste manufacturer His Smile. What about Her Smile? That seems a bit misogynist. To reveal the newest dental hygiene project for a limited time. We love pushing boundaries, and what better way to do that by bringing KFC's legendary flavors to an everyday essential. His Smile, or actually, maybe it's just High Smile, or it's His Smile. I'm going to say it's His Smile because it's a man's world, ladies. Marketing manager said, here we go. You've got you can actually eat your chicken and then brush your teeth with chicken. Fried chicken flavored tooth. This has to be April Fool's. What was it? April 9th? Fuck. I thought I was so smart for a second. I was like, this has to be April Fool's. This has to be it, but it was not right. The collab is bold, unexpected, and seriously fun. Apparently, finger-looking good toothpaste appeals to the oral care-minded public. Toothpaste, which is exclusively on the His Smile website, sold for $13, was sold out. Sold out on Tuesday morning. Oh my goodness. With the food stamps available on Monday, and then it sold out on Tuesday. Fox News Digital reached out to a representative to find out more about this toothpaste and when it will be available. The toothpaste description on the website claims it is fluoride-free formula. Look, I can understand that people don't want fluoride in their water, okay? Although I think that fluoride in the water is actually better for you. I think that's scientifically proven, okay? Maybe I've just got the calcified pineal gland or something, okay? You can call me a calcified bro or something. But I want fluoride in my toothpaste, okay? You spit toothpaste out. I want the fluoride. Give me the fluoride in the fucking toothpaste, okay? This only appeals to people that are going to eat the toothpaste. Literal toothpaste eaters. This is what this product is marketed at. Actual toothpaste eaters. It is a long-lasting oral health benefits. The KFC or the toothpaste. While people eager to get their hands on a tube of the toothpaste have to wait for the next supply, you can always wait to try and get the new KFC electric toothbrush, which is still available. So people just bought the tooth. So there's a KFC. Oh, here we are. We actually have the image here. I like this story. This is the kind of stories I want people to send me. All right, so you've got the toothpaste here. This sold out. The toothbrush, nobody needed that. Nobody needed that. Nobody wanted the toothbrush. They just want to eat. They just want to suck the toothpaste out of the tube and then make jokes about killing spiders in the shower or something. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The toothbrush is still not sold out. Toothbrush has 3 dynamic cleaning modes, soft-tapered bristles, and a built-in timer, according to the website. It's a perfect mix of fun, function, and the ultimate smile. Oh, wow. That's brilliant. That's great. I don't think we're going to top this, chat. I don't think we're going to top the toothpaste story. Stop sending me messages about the Fox girl. Also, thank you for one of the messages. I've got like 4 messages about Fox girls. I don't want to hear about the Fox girls any longer. Okay. Although speaking of Fox girls, that reminds me there was like the anime Fox girl ad. We can watch that. Let me see. This will appeal to those 4 people in chat that keep messaging me. Wait, where is it? Is this the ad? Like, this is what's happening, is that people are eating too much fucking ramen. And they're getting... This is what actual ramen ads are like in Japan. You're just like, oh, let's just watch a ramen ad. And they're just Fox girls in it. So this Fox girl has been betrayed because there's a type of ramen in Japan called kitsune udon or fox udon, and they say that foxes love it, and it's got like a big piece of like soy or something in it. I don't know, but she's being betrayed because he's eating the tempura udon. Foxes don't climb trees. Look, this ramen is making the kids It's turning them into weirdos. Okay, this needs to stop. Okay, we need to put in martial law and stop the fox girls. Foxes are pretty smart. It's true. Actually, I have to be careful how I say this because people will take it the wrong way. When I was living in the countryside, I found out there was a fox near my house, and I tried to become friends with it because when I moved to the country from the countryside of New Zealand, so when I moved to Japan, where I don't think is there foxes? Yeah, I think there's foxes in New Zealand, but you don't see them very often. Anyway, there's foxes in Japan. When I moved to the country in Japan, there was a fox near my house, and I started trying to feed it so that it would come closer and I could get some pictures of it because I love animals. So I actually did try to befriend a fox in the past. And I guess now all of you pro-fox people are going to say that because that fox was not my friend, I wasn't able to accomplish the fox friend goal. That's the only reason that I don't like foxes. Rabies? There is no rabies in Japan. There is no rabies anywhere in this country. I can go out there and get bitten by as many raccoons as I want. Okay, not that I would, although I think some people in the chat would actually enjoy doing that. But no, there is no rabies in Japan, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't think there's rabies in New Zealand either. I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. No, I just wanted to get close-up photos of foxes. All right. So let me have a quick brief. I think that's the end. I think that's the end I got for you today. Bit shorter, but a bit longer than the last one. Let's see who else is streaming. Oh wait, no, hold on a second. I got to show you this. We're going to show you Vitali's prison. This is pretty brutal. This is free documentaries, but the stream might end if this free documentary starts to copyright claim me. Okay. Allegedly, this is the prison, or very similar to the prison that Vitali will be inside. It's bad. It's really bad. So let's take a look at this. If I get a copyright warning, this is the conditions. This is the conditions. Look at how many dudes they're fitting in here. They're all shirtless. You know why they're shirtless? Because there's no air conditioning. Do you know how hot it is in the Philippines right now? Let me have a look. Manila weather. Manila weather. It's currently 34 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit for the American frogs in chat? C2F. So it's 93. It's already 93, and summer has just started. It is spring right now, as I understand it. Right? I think Japan and the Philippines are in the same seasons, right? They're both above the equator. It is spring. It's going to get hotter. It's going to get sweatier. You know what happened today? I was on a train, so I had to go from Kyoto to Osaka, which is about a 30-minute train. The train stopped. And usually that only happens when someone jumps in front of the train. But apparently they said it was like a mix-up with the signals or something. But the train went into dark mode. So there was only one light on. It got all dark and spooky. And the air conditioning turned off for 15 minutes. That was brutal. 15 minutes in that train with a semi-full train was brutal. I was like, holy shit. After 15 minutes, I was done for the day. I was like, oh, we're going to have to take the entire day off tomorrow. They're going to live like this. No air conditioning, 100% humidity, all sweaty men all day. And look at these guys. Look at how they're crowded up. Like, it's not just these guys here. It's men all the way back. It's like a barrel of monkeys, but just with people. This is what Vitali is going to live with. This is what he's going to suffer with because he thought it'd be funny to harass people that were just trying to do their job. This is what they deserve. This is the deterrent that we needed. It's so funny, and he deserves every second of what he gets. There's a 2 to 3 year backlog that doesn't surprise me. Now, Vitali, in theory, does have money because he had a 10 million YouTube channel. In theory, if he didn't spend all his money on KFC flavored toothpaste, he should be able to have people bribe the judges, but I don't know how you do that. Like, I know that you can do this in the Philippines, is you can bribe officials to get a speedy trial. But how do you actually do that? Like, I'm like too white to actually know how to bribe a cop, sort of thing. Like, do I go to the judge? Do I look up the judge's house, wait outside his house, and do I give him the envelope? Like, how does one actually bribe a judge? Do I need like a big bag with a $sign on it? I don't know how to do this. Like, this is I need like a Filipino fixer to help me like bribe the judge or something. I wouldn't know how to do that, and he's gonna figure that out while he's behind bars. Is that when you're in a crowded environment, everyone's on edge, everyone's hot, everyone's frustrated in more than one way. if there's anyone that's like steps outside the lines of what is normal, the order, or just looks different, if you stand out, you become a target in these places. So you get an obnoxious, tall, white Russian guy in this place. He's going to be mincemeat. Like, I'm sorry, he's not going to survive. He's not going to survive this place. There's no way. There's no way he survives. The second one guy doesn't get his like second serving of rice, Vitali's going to get knifed in the back. Like in some of these like Southeast Asian prisons, they don't actually give you money for food. I mean, sorry, they don't feed you. You have to pay for your own food. So your family has to bring you money. Otherwise, you can't eat. Now, Vitali's getting $1 a day, 70 Filipino pesos, which I think is actually the same price that I paid for a beer in the Philippines when I was chilling on the beach in El Nido, which is a lovely, lovely little place. I really want to go back there, and I want to get some drone videos of the beautiful islands. I had a great time there. The Philippines is so beautiful. Just stay out of Manila. I can't stand the city. It's not for me. Some people like Manila. I don't like Manila. But I loved Puerto Princesa. I loved El Nido. And I loved Palawan. It was great. Tiny Grace says, how can you drop the soap when there's no soap? Good question. But I love that they just take his money. Are they going to take his I'm sorry t-shirt? Take his shoes? They do take their shoes. Put this on 1.25 speed though, because it is like a 40-minute thing. Although this is fascinating. This is actually fascinating. I'm so glad we kept going. I'm actually having so much fun watching this because I'm pretty content with my life. I've talked about this before. I'm not like a kind of guy that gets, I never get like super happy, but I never get sad. I'm just always really content or a little bit happy. And I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. Pretty good, doing pretty good. Maybe it's going a little bit too well for me. You never know. So maybe something bad is coming soon. I don't know. Maybe something bad is coming real soon. But when I see things like this, and then I turn off the video, and I pick up my phone and I get like Uber Eats or something, I'm like, I'll have some KFC tonight. It makes me feel so happy. Like those are like the best days when you turn off this video and you just like go to the store and buy like an ice cream or a beer, and you're just like, it feels good to just be normal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like this like really puts in perspective how good I actually have it. And probably Vitali, he looks like a tall dude, right? Like, so these like the sandals that they have that prevent them from getting like the fungus diseases and stuff like that, or just like cutting their feet open and getting like all manner of like tetanus and all sorts of horrible things. Like you cannot find sandals in big sizes in Asia, and particularly in the Philippines, I would imagine. So they're not going to just have the big boy size sandals in the Filipino prison. Like Vitali is going to have to walk barefoot on these places. Like once somebody steals his shoes, which will happen, like he'll probably be given a pair of shoes to start off with. Day 2, someone steals his shoes. He's just barefoot for the rest of the like 2 years, and that's only to get to trial. Then it could be longer if he's actually sentenced in the Philippines. Like this is, I legit don't think he's making it out. Like Johnny Somali, he'll probably do like a year or maybe 3 years or something in Korea, but he'll get out. He'll get out and he'll probably be irrelevant. Nobody will care about him. I'm actually convinced that Vitali's just not coming back from this. If he actually does get out, he just... That's it. That's the squatty. Oh no. Do you see what this is, chat? This is a stick covered in a rag. Oh no. Oh no. You know what this is? Hold on. Can I play this? Like, you know Zach D Films? Zach D Films, Roman. Let me see if I can find this. I think this is the one that I'm looking for. Is this it? Let me see. Is this the right one?
Used as toilet.
Yeah, you guys heard this guy before, right? Zach D Films. Sorry, this is like, I could only find it on like Minecraft brain rot, because Minecraft people can't, like, kids on TikTok can't watch literally 1 minute of content without seeing Minecraft. So this is what's happening.
A sponge on a stick was used as toilet paper in ancient Rome. Now this thing was communal and stored in public restrooms where many people would share it. After use, the sponge was supposed to be dipped in a bucket filled with salt water or vinegar to clean it. This helped disinfect it and prepare it for the next person. Once cleaned, the sponge was left in the bucket or hung to dry until needed again.
That's what's happening in here. That's what that is. That's what that is. It's the sponge. It's the communal sponge. It's the communal. Imagine the smell. That's what it is. What else could this be? Look at it. It's a stick covered in a sponge and tape.
It stinks in here like old urine, but it's my job. This is part of the job.
Oh man, he's got really shiny shoes though. This is like the Shawshank Redemption, where he's got like the really shiny shoes. Like, how often do you look at a man's shoes?
Except for visiting days, the prisoners are.
Oh no, no, no! The running water, the mud. Oh no! Like honestly, like I said, I'm charging the guard tower day one and getting shot if I go to this place.
To have contact with the outside world.
You gotta know, we gotta read these messages. All right, let's see. Is he using Instagram? My one and only Cherry Cherry. La lab you too. Wala di pata okay. Hugag wa am shuming kang. Hi hi hi. Oops. Lab labs. Se la na la labs. Panue. Nada moi. Moi. That must be kiss, right? Moi. Kiss nang la e. My one and only, and then he's got messages from all these other broads. Wait, what happens if I search? What if I mean, I think I know what this says, but what if I search? If I do Google Translate and I use my camera to detect this, can I actually translate this? This is what smartphones are for, right? Camera. Let's see what it says. All right. Translate to English, detect language. It's Talalog, right? Let's see. Nothing. Lalab you too? Nothing. It's not even. Okay, don't assume. He, oops. Ha 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 ha. Just a kiss. Go to sleep. Moi. Kiss. He 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 he. He got exposed in 4K. Like, oh no. Oh no, not like this, bros. Not like this. Not only do you get your cringe shit posted on national television, he didn't even look at this. He's got messages on Facebook, and he's got 4 different messages. He's got his vibration turned on. It's fully charged. That's good. Oh no, actually, it's only 42%, and it's 10 a.m. That's lacking. That's lacking. My one and only. Oh no.
And thus win some respect.
Now the guards are going to stick his nudes from him. They're going to get their own Aaron, or they're going to get their own lady Nick Rekieta's. Yes. All right. I'm laughing, but it's not because I'm laughing because it's so adorable. She brought him a sparrow inside a plastic bottle. It's like, here, Dad, I brought you a pet. This is really sweet. I like this, but it kind of like short circuits my brain. It's like, here's a bird in a bottle. It's cute. I like. This is good. This is a good daughter. Good daughter. Wish she had better parents.
In the Philippines, around 70% of children grow up without both parents. Lack of money drives fathers to work far from
the birds. Hey, Dad, I brought you this. And the bird's dead. And the bird's got some guy's eating it. The bird just gets so fucking away.
70% of children grow up without both parents.
I'm free. Like, he's like, oh, look at this, a friendly bird, Dad.
Money drives fathers to work far from home in big cities.
It's just gone. It's just fucking.
Or
Look at that. That's based. Look at that. The bird landed on this guy. He's like the princess, Disney princess prison.
To crime.
We watched that. That is so insightful, and that's what Vitali is already being detained in. Holy shit! Now look at this. I said it's the end of the stream now. It's the end of the stream, and I'll restream you to somewhere else. But Fatty Catty really wants his song to be played, so we'll play it for him.
I'm gonna stick my finger in your asshole. You gonna like it real good.
This is it.
Faith made lots of noise when I did that too. I'm gonna suck the shit off that finger. Gonna lick it. Gonna suck the shit off it.
There you go. How would you rate that out of 10? Okay. Please, no. What the fuck? Art, please, no, stop. Wow, so worth it. Ha 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 ha. All right, now you guys can't say I've never done anything nice for you, all right? All right, looks like there is a Johnny Somali, unapologetic Johnny Somali. legal mindset. More like legal death. I'm going to build a church. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me for this Friday. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll send you over to legal mindset so you can learn about that. Until next time, stay based out there. And just to add this, there we go. Save that. All right, guys. Was this stream based or was it all made of fiction? We'll have to see. All right, guys. Until next time. Until next time.
Now it's time to see which of our stories are based. Was this story based? Yes. Was this story based? Yes, it was. If you thought this story was based, you're right. This tale of a mysterious force protecting a pharmacy is based. Is this story based? Did you think this one was based? If you thought this one was based, you're right. This story of a gun that wouldn't fire at innocent people was actually based. Was this story of vengeance in the forest based? Not this time. Was this story based? Yes.
The true stories tonight were based